When I was asked to get ready to take over as men's captain this time last year, I had the words of past captain Bob Spiers very much ringing in my ears, because Bob told me that his year as captain was the best year of his life at Crowhurst Golf Club, and he advised me to make sure that I enjoyed my year. So my mantra for my year was that everybody should enjoy their golf and the facilities which the golf club offers, both out on the course and in the clubhouse, as much as possible, and not just the members have a great time, but also for me to have a good time. And thank you to everybody who's allowed me to really enjoy my year and not bombarded me with questions as I'm coming off the 18th. But I was also conscious that the club has embarked on a new constitution after many months of effort from the working group of which I was part, and therefore my year would be the first under this new constitution. And as I'm sure you're aware, the new club council replaced the old captains committee, and it's been a joy for me to be asked to chair the club council, and thank you very much to my fellow captains and vice captains of the other sections for putting their confidence in me to run this new committee. I was also very aware that communications needed to improve, and thus my decision to speak weekly, not to just the people who would happen to be in the bar on a Sunday morning at 1:30, but this was where traditionally the men's captain made a speech. But those numbers were getting lower and lower and lower. I can speak to hundreds of people by doing the captain's chat, and that's the reason I introduced the captain's chat on a weekly basis. And based on the feedback I've received, this was a good decision, and certainly one which I hope Bobby, as incoming captain, will continue. So I've done 49 captain's chats, and as this report is being recorded, it can officially be the 50th captain's chat of my year. I've been a member of Crowhurst for 40 years, and I'm very conscious that the club caters for golfers at all levels, from scratch or better, right up to people whose handicaps are somewhat higher. Just looking around the room here, I can see a few of you here. And I, of course, fall into that category. My own handicap started at 18.4 when I took over as men's captain, and as of today, it's gone up from 18.4 to 19.7. So everybody who said that my golf would improve when I became captain was completely wrong. That said, I've had some good rounds, I've had some bad rounds, some good shots, some bad shots, some lucky shots, some unlucky shots, and I'm sure there's no one in this room who cannot relate to that, whether their handicap, whatever their handicap. And that's what's so great about this game, isn't it? And also so great about Crowhurst in particular. I'd like to think we cater for all golfers of many abilities, and above all, we are a friendly club which respects some traditions, but is not afraid to move with the times. Having been involved in the administration of various committees during my year, I can honestly say that we are a very well-run club. Next week at the club AGM, which I hope you will attend, you'll hear more about the business side of the club. But at this stage, I would just like to record my thanks to everyone who has not just made sure that Crowhurst is in good shape, but also everyone who's helped me to have such an enjoyable year as men's captain. The team in the office, led by Steve, have been magnificent, and Caroline and Rachel have been mega helpful throughout my year, not just to me, but also to my oppo, the ladies captain Sue, as we planned and implemented all the initiatives which took place during our year. The team behind the bar and in the clubhouse have been incredibly helpful, efficient and kind during my year. So to Phil and his team, very, very many thanks. And to the greenkeeping team under Ollie, we have a really small team here. If you go and play at other courses and ask how many greenkeepers they've got, you'd be surprised at how many they've got compared with us at Crow. But the greenkeepers here do a fabulous job of keeping the condition of the course at optimal level, in spite of the vagaries of the weather. So to all of the greenkeeping staff, a heartfelt thanks from me, and I'm sure from you as well. And as you know, traditionally the men's captain teams up with the professional to play challenge matches on Sunday mornings, and we've managed to play on the majority of Sundays in spite of adverse weather and other issues. And this coming Sunday we will have the Captain and Pro playoff, where all those pairs who beat us during the year will play against each other to win a prize which I will donate. I'm pleased to say that only a quarter of the pairs that we played will be taking part in the playoff, so we must have done fairly well, and I hope my occasional par net birdie has helped Adam to get us over the line when it comes to a victory on the 18th. And I'd like to record my thanks to Adam. It's not an easy job that he's got, but it's been a real pleasure to partner Adam and to see some of the fantastic golf he's played over the last 12 months. He is a real perfectionist on the golf course, if you've ever had a chance to play with him. And I've learned to keep quiet for at least 10 minutes after he misses a putt. I started off by saying, "Oh, bad luck," or "never mind," but I realised very soon that that was not a good idea. It's best just to keep stum and let him get it out of his system. But a big thank you to Adam for his patience, nursing round a high handicapper such as myself with such help and indeed encouragement. I think we've made a good team, and I'm sure that Bobby and Adam will also have a fruitful relationship on the golf course on future Sunday mornings. I would also like to record my thanks to Portia and Sue, who look after the shop in Adam's absence. There are also many unsung heroes who make sure that the club matches and inter-club leagues take place week after week, and although I'm not going to mention them all individually, you know who you are, and thank you to all of you for putting in the effort which makes so many people have a great experience of their golf at Crowham. Now, although she's not here, I'd also like to place on record my thanks to Sue Taylor, and if you read Pin High, which came out a couple of hours ago, she reciprocated those thanks to me. It's really important that the men's captain and the ladies' captain, and indeed the layabouts captain, Paul Hollingham, all get on, and I can safely say that we have, I believe, made a good team. This teamwork certainly has been manifested in everything that we did for the captain's charity, the Legacy Youth Zone in West Croydon, and I'm delighted to be able to announce that having set ourselves a target of £10,000, we smashed this and have raised £13,500 thanks to your support. And I would just like to highlight James Miller, who through his own efforts raised over £1,500 on that memorable day when he played 100 holes on the Friday of Gala Week. It really was a Herculean achievement, and also many thanks to everybody who got up at the crack of dawn to walk around with him. Now, this report could not be complete without giving a big thanks to Martin Nye, and also to the social committee. Ken's been keeping me up to date with Martin's health, which hasn't been great. I should have checked up with you, Martin. How's Martin?
Improving. So
Martin is improving. That's lovely to hear. Martin is one of these people who just wears the club on his sleeve. He hasn't been well. He's not here this evening, but I'm sure I join you in sending him every best wish for a full recovery. So, Martin, here's to you. So what were the highlights of my year for me? To be honest, it was seeing so many young people at the club. I was delighted that we've restarted the Junior Academy, and although it is still early days in terms of numbers, it's great to give young people the opportunity to get into golf. I was also particularly pleased with the Gala Week in June and all the events we planned over the 8 days, which were very inclusive and also very good fun. I took the quite unusual decision not to play in the Captain's Prize. And I did that because I really enjoyed standing on the first tee as a starter and greeting many people who I otherwise would not have met. And as the day progressed, I enjoyed it even more when Sue came over with the occasional glass of Pimm's. But it was a lovely day, and I'm really pleased I didn't play in it because I got a chance to not just see everyone, but also stand on the 11th as all the balls that went above the hole rolled back down and off the green because it was, the ground was so hard. But thank you to everybody who took part in that. We also had a family day on the first Sunday of Gala Week, so that was the day after the Captain's Prize. We had many young people who were here just trying out putting. It was a joy to behold. When I came off the the 10th having played in the family greensome, just to see so many young people trying their hand at golf, and big thanks to Ian Collard, who put a lot of effort into making sure that happened. And then as my year drew to a close, we hosted the Surrey Under 15, Under 16 Boys Championship. And once again, I acted as starter for both rounds, morning and afternoon, and presented the prizes in the evening. And I received many compliments about the excellent condition of the course, which made me feel very proud to be not only a member, but also the men's captain of this club. And these were fantastic golfers, handicaps anything from +3 to about 6. So these are people who really know their golf, and some of them knee-high to a grasshopper, but who could hit the ball way further than most of us. The final big event on my captain's year was our joint Captain's Day with Sue, and a huge thank you to everyone who helped and supported us. And finally, to my men's committee of Bobby, Paul Wynyard, Craig Wallace and Mike Moore, many, many thanks for everything you've done to help my year go smoothly. And I'm sure you wouldn't mind if I just single out Mike, who's managed all the competitions with very cool, calm efficiency until he saw how many trophies he had to polish and put out tonight. But Mike, thank you so much for everything you've done. If I've left anybody out from this report in terms of thanks, please forgive me. There are lots of people who I should maybe thank by name, but I can honestly say that there are many, many people at the club to whom I owe a debt of thanks for making my year so enjoyable. And I wish Bobby Hussain and Ian Trumper, if elected of course, every success with their upcoming captain's years, and I will leave you both with the same words that Bob Spires told me 18 months ago. Make sure you enjoy it. I certainly did. Thank you.